There's one mental shift Neville Goddard taught that makes manifestation almost automatic. Not affirmations, not vision boards, not repeating I am 1,000 times a day. It's called living in the end. And once it clicks, you stop trying to manifest. You start being the person who already has the thing. Here's the thing though, most people get it wrong. They think living in the end means imagining the future. It doesn't. It means living from the feeling that your wish is already done right now, today. And that one little difference, that's what separates the people who manifest fast from the people who wait years and get nothing. Now, you might be thinking this sounds too simple, or that it only works if you're some naturally positive person. It's not, and it doesn't. This works whether you believe it yet or not, because it's not about belief, it's about a state. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to step into that state and stay there. So let's get into it. Quick promise first. By the end, you'll know exactly what living in the end actually means, why it works on a level most people never reach, and how to step into it tonight. We're going to do it in 4 parts. First, what living in the end really is. Second, why feeling is the engine behind it. Third, how to actually do it day to day with a full example so you can see it in action. And fourth, the mistakes that keep people stuck for years. Let's start with the first one. Living in the end. Simple to say, hard to actually get. Most people hear it and think, okay, I'll imagine my goal coming true someday. But that someday thing, that's the exact reason it stays away from you. Living in the end isn't about the future at all. It's about now. You assume the feeling of already having the thing, not wanting it, not hoping for it, having it. The relationship's already yours, the money's already in the account. That version of you you're becoming, you already are that person right now in your imagination. Think about it like this. When something good happens in your life, you don't sit around wishing for it anymore, right? You feel relieved, settled, you move different, you think different, you stop bracing for disappointment. Living in the end means making that feeling happen before the proof shows up. And here's where people get stuck. They think the proof comes first, then the feeling, get the thing, then feel good. But Neville taught the opposite. Feeling comes first. The feeling's the cause. The circumstance is just the effect. You're not waiting for life to give you permission to feel good. You feel it first, and life rearranges itself to catch up. Neville said, your imagination is the workshop. Everything gets built there first. Nothing shows up out there that you didn't first accept as true in here. So the question isn't, how do I get there? It's, what does it feel like to already be there? That shift from getting to having, that's the whole game. But knowing the definition isn't enough, because there's one ingredient that makes this actually work. And without it, you're just daydreaming. More on that next. So what's the missing ingredient? Feeling. You can picture your goal in perfect detail, build the whole scene in your head. But if there's no feeling behind it, nothing moves. It's like a car with no fuel, looks great, goes nowhere. Here's why. Your subconscious doesn't respond to pictures. It responds to feeling. It takes whatever you emotionally insist is true, and then it gets to work arranging your outer world to match. Neville called this the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the emotional tone of already having it. And this is the thing to really get about your subconscious. It can't tell the difference between something that actually happened and something you imagined with real feeling. It doesn't fact-check you, it doesn't argue, it just accepts. It's why a nightmare leaves your heart pounding. Even though nothing real happened, your body reacted to a feeling, not a fact. Living in the end uses that exact same machinery on purpose, in your favor. You might be wondering, how do I feel something that hasn't even happened yet? Good question, and honestly, the answer's closer than you think. You already do this, in reverse, every single day. When you worry, you're feeling a future you don't want, as if it's already real. Your body tenses up, your stomach drops, your mind runs the worst case in full detail. You're living in the end of a disaster that hasn't happened, that has no reason to happen. living in the end of what you actually want. Same skill, same mechanism. You're just pointing it at something good instead of something you're scared of. So think about that for a sec. If you've ever lost sleep over something that never came true, you already have the ability. You've already proven you can feel a future right into your body. Nobody taught you. You just got to flip the direction. So feeling isn't some side effect. It's the engine. The picture's just the steering wheel. Hold on to that. Because next, we're turning all this into something you can actually do tonight. All right, let's get practical. How do you actually live in the end, day to day? 3 simple ways. First, the scene. Pick one short scene that'd only be true if your wish were already done. Not the whole movie. One moment. A friend hugging you, saying congratulations, looking at your phone, seeing the message you wanted, walking into the home that's now yours. Keep it small, specific, natural. The smaller and more believable, the better. Your mind will fight a big Hollywood scene. It won't fight a quiet, ordinary moment that just feels true. Second, the feeling. Step into that scene and feel it from the inside. Not like you're watching it on a screen, like you're actually there. What do you hear? Who's with you? What's the look on their face? And the big one, how does it feel to know it's done? Let that feeling fill you up. Even 30 seconds of real feeling beats an hour of empty repeating. Third, the carryover. This is the part people miss. You don't just do it once and forget it. You carry the mood through your day. You move through the world as the person whose wish is already done. Calmer, less desperate, quietly sure. Best time to do the scene work? Right as you're drifting off to sleep, when your mind's soft and your guard's down. And that's when it sinks in deepest. But the mood, you keep that on all day. Now let me show you what this actually looks like. So it's not just theory. Say you want a specific job offer. Most people sit there going, I will get the job, I will get the job. And that's exactly what doesn't work, because I will is about the future. It quietly confirms you don't have it yet. So instead you do this. Close your eyes, go to the moment after. Not the interview, not the waiting. The moment your friend calls and you hear yourself say, I got it, I start next month. Feel the smile on your own face. Hear the relief in your own voice, that warm wave of, oh, thank God it's settled. Stay there. 30 seconds, a minute, however long it feels real. Then you open your eyes, and here's the important bit. You walk around the rest of the day as the person who already got the job, not anxiously hovering by the phone, settled, like it's handled. Because in your mind, it is, that's living in the end, not I hope they pick me. But yeah, that's already mine. The details are just catching up. And you can drop any desire into that same template. The job, the relationship, the money, your health. A scene from after it's done, the feeling of it being done, the mood carried forward. So that's really it. A scene, a feeling, and a mood you don't put down. Simple, but there's a few things that quietly wreck people, and I want you to dodge them. So let's cover those now. And here's where most people trip up. Mistake 1. Living in the end of wanting. They picture themselves still craving the thing, still reaching for it. But if you're wanting it in your imagination, you're just confirming you don't have it. Wanting and having are 2 different states. You can't be in both at once. The feeling has to be having. The wait being over. Mistake 2, checking the 3D. You do your scene in the morning, then you spend all day scanning reality for proof. Has it happened yet? Why hasn't it shown up? Any sign? Look, that checking is just doubt in a disguise, and it yanks you straight out of the end state. And think about it. You don't keep checking whether you own your own car. You just know. So act like you know. Mistake 3, doing it once, then quitting. People expect one session to change everything. And when reality doesn't flip overnight, they decide it failed. It didn't fail. They just stepped out of the state too soon. Reality has a lag. The old situation doesn't vanish the second you change inside. Takes a moment to catch up. Living in the end is something you come back to, again and again, till the new state feels more real than your circumstances do. Whoever holds the feeling longest wins. Mistake 4, treating it like a chore. If you're forcing it, gritting your teeth, white-knuckling the visualization, you've already lost the feeling. This should feel like relief, like coming home, like the wait's finally over, because in your imagination, it is. And one more, this one's sneaky. People think living in the end means slapping a smile on the outside, while underneath they're still panicking about whether it'll work. Nope. The happy on the surface, terrified underneath thing doesn't work, because the subconscious responds to the real feeling, not the performance. Living in the end isn't acting cheerful, it's actually letting go, because the thing you wanted, as far as you're concerned, is already handled. Dodge those and you're already ahead of most people who've been at this for years. So now you know what living in the end actually is. It's not imagining the future, it's assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled right now. You know feeling's the engine that makes it real, and that your subconscious can't tell the difference between a real event and one you've felt deeply enough. You know how to step into it with a scene, a feeling, and a mood you carry through your day, and you've seen exactly what that looks like. And you know the mistakes that keep people stuck. Do this and manifestation stops being something you chase. It becomes something you are. If this helped things click for you, subscribe for more videos just like this one. New breakdowns of Neville's teachings every week.